Welcome back, guys, or if you're new, hi, nice to meet you. That's awful. Again. Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you've been here before. If you haven't and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you have been here before and haven't subscribed, also please do subscribe. It really helps. Not that obviously I'm making any money out of this at all. We're not anywhere near 1,000 subs or anything like that. But it's just good. It's good to know that, you know, the audience is building, and hopefully then it will encourage me to do more and more videos, because the bigger audience there is, the more likely it is that I'm going to do something more and more regularly. So what I'm doing today, I'm going to do two things. So just so you know, it's a Thursday for me while I'm filming this. The reason I film this on a Thursday is I am the only one in. Normally we've got Max is here 4 days a week. We've got Connie back 2 days a week, and next week we've got Jamie starting for 2 days a week, and Thursday is the only day that I'm the only person in, so it makes the most sense to be able to do any filming, etc. Because if you've seen any of the previous videos, you know that the space is really small, and you can kind of gauge that from where you're looking at now. Of course there is an upstairs, but again the upstairs is way smaller than it is downstairs. Anyhow, I am planning to do some 12-watt lights in CorTen. Now, if you don't know what CorTen is, it's like a rusty steel finish. Very, very popular at the moment. I think it's not at its peak yet. It's something that's going to keep going and going and going. I can show you, there was a pendant that someone asked us to build in CorTen. Let me just grab it. It's behind the camera. That's the pendant. It actually goes that way up. There's 4 screw holes, and it holds one of our spike lights within it. Lead comes out here and it will hang. So that's CorTen. It's really nice. Do you think? It's like, let's say, rusty kind of steel. Now it's a powder coat in our case. The plan, I've got 4 12-watt spike lights to do in CorTen. I've also got 5 normal 3-watt spike lights to do. You know, a much smaller 3-watt. And while I'm doing the CorTen, I fancy doing a pendant. Now, another pendant, you say? I didn't know you did pendants, Chris. No, you're right, I didn't. But I have some plans. I got these from a guy that hand spins them in the UK. Fantastic. Fits really well with what we do, right? I couldn't do this here because we need a metal spinning lathe. Big thing, haven't got the space for it. And he's really reasonably priced, so why not just have him do them? Spread the money around, as they say. So I'm probably going to do the smaller one. Or do I do both? Should I do both in CorTen? What do you reckon? I suppose it couldn't be a bad idea. Yeah. So we'll get a start on those, and we'll get a start on the 12-watt. I think that's what I think I'm going to do. I might change my mind. We'll see. So, if any of you know, have seen the powder coating set before, this is it. I use a pneumatic spray gun. There's no electric to it. It still provides electric charge through static electricity. It works really well, actually. I've used it for a couple of years now, so it does its job, but the problem is spraying. The HSE says that we need to achieve 0.7 meters cubed of air extraction flow per second. Now you're not going to get that through this little air cube in here, so I need to resolve that. So my plan is, at the minute, I'm mid-grant application, because if you've heard of a grant called Coast to Capital, so it's Brighton all the way up to London, they do grants 40% to help grow. My plan is to get a container, 3 meters by 2.1 meters, move our powder coating into that, with all the extraction, a new oven, etc. So we've got more space, because I tell you what, doing that pendant, trying to fit that into this oven, it's diagonal and it is so hard. It took max 4 coats, I think, to do that pendant, because it had to be done in different ways, etc., to finally get it coated the right way. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'll start getting ready for spraying. Now, I've already masked up the 12-watt parts. because we don't have any silicone moulds for those. For the remaining parts, we actually made our own silicone moulds, and so I'm going to just show you a mould. There we go. Nope, I'll do this one. You can tell this has been used quite a bit. Basically, it just fits on there like that, and it means that we've sealed the inside from the powder coat, but we get an adequate coating on the outside, and we've got a way to hang it, which is great. So it works really well for us. So we do need to make more moulds for sure. Definitely for 12-watt lights, because tell you what, while off camera before I started filming this, I was masking those up, and it must take me half an hour just for those four tops, 4 bottoms. It takes ages. Machine's running, which is great. In fact, I need to take it off block delete because it is looking rather full. And what we'll do is we'll get on and we'll do some powder coating, and I'll show you how it's done. We'll probably speed this next bit up because I'm going to put my mask on and not talk anymore, and just get on and just powder coat it, so you'll be able to see me spraying in there. So guys, that's just half the parts, or maybe less than half the parts. The 12 watts, I don't know if you could see in a time lapse there, but 2 of the 12 watts, for whatever reason, we didn't have the holes drilled through for fixing down the little holder that goes inside. And as such, I had no way to really hang it. So I have managed to sort of hang it on the lip, but there is a chance that it might fall off when it gets to temperature. Hopefully not, fingers crossed. Hey guys, the fun never stops, I tell you. I am, at the moment, it is 10 to 10 in the evening on a Friday night, and this is the way I spend my Friday. Anyway, what I want to do is I need to finish off those CorTen lights. So there's going to be some slight video crossover, so hopefully I'm going to align this up. The CorTen lights, now let me grab the 12 watts. So Max did a fantastic job. Just bring this up a little bit, there we go. Max did a fantastic job powder coating this fitting. So here is an example here. You can see it's got that lovely rusted look about it. I think there's a little bit of some sort of, I think the heatsink resin's on it. We've still got to do the spike rod for it, but this one's nearly ready to go. It's just got to go for its testing as well. You can see it's the holes already back there for the ball joint. But yeah, I mean, this is, you know, you look at this, it's really nice, right? So we've got 4 of those made up, ready to go. I need to powder coat the spikes. Now, there was a slight hiccup with the lights. What happened was, I machined, not me, really, because it's my fault, so I'm going to take responsibility for it. I machined loads and loads of these tops for spike lights. We've got an order of 91 spike lights at the moment, among other smaller orders. 91's the biggest that we've had so far. And I accidentally in my mind thought that the main dimension that we measure interiorly should be 18.8 when it should be 18.5, so it's 0.3 mil out. What we're going to do with that, because I was going to scrap all these, and then I've decided actually it was Max's idea, what we should do is when we machine the acrylic for these, because we need to machine the acrylic, we're just going to machine bigger acrylics to go inside. That makes perfect sense, because then obviously it means we can still use them. We don't have to throw them away, i.e. recycle them, because obviously aluminium doesn't get binned, does it? It actually gets recycled. But yeah, and the machine's still having a TT access issue. We just had the Haas guys here yesterday, and they did a software update just to see what it would resolve, and so far I haven't seen any differences. I'm not surprised really, but apparently loads of other Haas owners are having similar issues to us, the minor ones anyway. Anyhow, so what I want to do is I want to powder coat these spikes. Sorry, you can't see them, they're out of shot, but there's some bodies for you. There's some tops down here as well, so I'll probably adjust and bring everything round. I should put my overalls on. I wanted to be lazy and not, but I think I really should. I know this grey t-shirt is probably got a few stains on it now from the kids already. I really don't want to ruin them. I just bought some new ones, and you know, I go through them so quickly. It's obviously a waste of money if I have to keep buying new ones. Yes, so I'm also going to do another video on the zoom light, so I'll do that separately in a minute, and we'll try and tie them together, so watch out for that one. Right, the machine's just gone slightly wrong, so I'm going to quickly powder coat this lot. I'm going to quickly stick some rubber gloves on, and I'm just going to do it wearing what I'm wearing. Not that one. That one's got to be black. The only thing I find with CorTen powder is it's so thick. Sometimes it doesn't stick properly, and then you end up blowing it off when you're trying to powder coat back on again. It's kind of annoying, but we'll get around it. So see, we're using our silicone moulds, quickly throwing them on there. I cannot wait. I'm hoping we get this grant application approved, and I cannot wait to you know, to move the powder coating into a proper dedicated space. I mean, the powder is being drawn away. Luckily, what I've done is I've turned the airflow right down on the powder coating gun, and so now we're not really getting any spillover powder that is going anywhere other than the extractor. It makes it a workable solution at the minute, but technically it's not safe for the guys, according to the HSE. And I suppose for me that's also an insurance issue as well. Reminds me, I need to sort some stuff on my insurance, because we've got a new guy, Jamie, starting on Tuesday. And at the minute, I think I've only got 2 employees insured, so obviously need to have a third. So I think my insurance is up for renewal anyway very shortly. But with manufacturing, it's quite a limited market, or a limited number of insurance companies you can go to. It's really annoying actually. So I'm almost stuck. Not that I guess not that it's huge. Insurance isn't like massively expensive. I think £400 or £500 a year. But you know, £400 or £500 a year when your turnover is 45. Yes, the turnover is that small at the moment. you know, it's quite a big chunk. Is that 9%? No. 4.5%? Is my maths right? I hope so. It's a good guess if not. Yeah. So let's get some hanging wires, get these on, and then I'm going to get on and do this glare guard. Woohoo, everything is about everywhere. Hopefully these come out alright first time. You'll notice that they're not anodised. Now there are two reasons for that. One is our anodising setup hasn't been working properly recently. Everything kept coming out yellow, so we're reviewing that in a minute and trying to get it right. And until we get it right, we can't really anodise. Secondly, the parts don't have to be anodised, it's just something that I chose to do. This particular grade of aluminium is very corrosion resistant anyway. I think it's 6062 or 6082. Either way, it's the better end of aluminiums in terms of its corrosion resistance. So naturally in air, it builds up a good self-anodise. But I really want to anodise black because it adds, you know, like a finish to it, should I say, because, you know, the black against the CorTen or black powder coat or green powder coat looks a lot better than the silver. So there is that element to it, and if the powder coat gets chipped, it also doesn't show as much when it's been anodised. So we will get it resolved. I think what's likely is that we're going to move the anodise in with the powder coating. So we're taking away all our sort of like hazardous processes and putting them in a box basically. And then within that box, whenever someone works in there, what they'll be required to do is they'll be required to wear, you know, like FP3 mask, ABEC 2, appropriate overalls or whatever, and you know, like kind of basically what we're trying to do is eliminate the dirty processes. And I guess this is one of them, and anodise is one of them. I'm going to have to do 2 batches of powder coat, so I'm just going to get that on. It's likely that I'm going to have to re-powder coat some of those parts anyway, because there was a couple of spots on the tops that were a little bit light. So I'm going to just turn that off and turn that off. Right. Now normally obviously I'm wearing an FP3 mask, but at the same time, when you're powder coated in here, not everyone is wearing an FP3 mask. So, I don't know, do with that what you will. It's difficult, put it that way.